If conflicts keep tearing your marriage apart, this might be the conversation that changes everything. Today, we're talking about how to handle arguments in a godly way, even when emotions are high. So, in this episode of Him and Her Growing Together, we are discussing chapter 2 of the book Vertical Marriage, and that is Fight Like a Man. We're going to be talking about conflict, how to argue, how not to argue.
We're going to get real about how conflict looked in our relationship and how putting God in the center changed our lives.
So, welcome back to another episode.
Yes.
How was your week?
Back. It was a very busy week for me. This is the end of the year, so I'm a high school math teacher. So this is the year where we are doing all our tests and prepping and doing boot camps for students so they get ready for their tests. And our school grade depends on how well those kids do on those tests and stuff. So we are cramming, and it's a lot. So yeah, it's been busy.
That's good.
If you're a teacher, you know what I'm talking about. So how's your week? How's your week?
I've had a good week.
Yeah?
I've had a good week.
She's a teacher too.
My week has been really good. A lot of preparing and planning for this. A lot. I feel like God is really entrusting me with a lot with this channel and giving me a lot of responsibility. So I've been learning how to plan more. I never used to plan my videos like this. Like when I did beauty videos, I would just sit down and just kind of work my way through a video. And right now, there's a lot of planning that has to go behind it, a lot of scheduling because I homeschool Emmanuel, have to still cook dinner, have to still do everyday life. So really just trusting God and His guidance through all of this. So
I'm not a planner either.
I've never been a planner ever.
I like to go on the fly.
Yeah, but not with this. You can't go on the fly with this. You really have to plan, and it's really taking me out of my comfort zone, to be honest. So I have a question.
Yeah.
From last week's episode.
Mm-hmm.
Anything changed? Anything new? Convictions? Anything with God?
Yes, putting God at the forefront, right? Putting Him. It changes the way you're more intentional throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just keep reminding myself that I want Him to drive.
Yeah.
I want to follow Him, and I don't know if things look different, like actually different.
Yeah.
When I was doing stuff, but like I want to just acknowledge Him, and I prayed more before I did stuff, and
being more intentional.
Yeah.
With putting God.
On the outside, it might have looked like the same routine that I do, know, but I was pausing and praying, and
yeah, but that changes us inside.
Yeah.
Versus just what people see outside.
Yeah, but then also, things happen where like I looked retrospectively afterwards, and it's like, man, I wish I would like. I'm always one of those people that whenever a situation happens, whether it's an argument or an interaction with someone,
you think about it.
Afterward, you're like, man, I should have said that. Man, I think that was God telling me to do something for this person, and then I'm such an idiot. Why didn't I offer to help this person thing? I should have talked about God, and and I hate that. But I think as we get more intentional, and putting God first, and praying, and having that connection with the Holy Spirit, I think we'll be better at not missing those moments. Hopefully.
I agree.
Yeah. So
I think this week I feel a lot closer to God because I've been more intentional putting Him first and letting Him. I've never experienced this. I was talking to you about it. Like I've always questioned what God tells me to do. I've never fully just gone and done what He said. I'm always like, but is it God? Is it not God? but then I won't make money, or then I won't have this, or I won't be able to do that. And for the first time ever with this channel, I've just, man, I'm not gonna cry now. For the first time ever with this channel, I feel like I'm actually giving it everything that I have and not questioning one thing about it. Just trusting 100% that he has a plan, and his plans are never wrong. My plans are, but his aren't. And I've seen fruit in a way where it might not be like a physical thing, like a physical object, but like within myself, I can see myself changing with people around me, like wanting to be a better person. No, I mean, I go to you and I ask you, like, what should I have done differently in an argument or in a situation? Like, I genuinely, I want to change and be better, and I want God to be the person that I go to above anyone else with anything. Do you know what I mean? So if nothing comes out of this, then God transforming me and transforming our marriage and our family, then what better thing? You know what I mean?
Like the reason we're doing this is not because our marriage is perfect and we're the model marriage.
No.
So watch us so that you guys can.
You're watching us in real time.
Yeah, no, we're learning.
Go ahead, sorry.
We're doing this together with you guys. If you guys are participating, it'd be great. But yeah, we're definitely doing it together.
I'm excited though.
Yeah.
So let's get into it, because
we've
talked a lot already.
Let's go.
Let's recap the video. If you haven't seen the videos we'll have them linked down below. Hopefully I can link videos already. I'm not sure. But we'll link it down below. If not, you can go search Vertical Marriage, and we're on chapter 2, which is Fight Like a Man.
Session 2.
Sorry, session 2, Fight Like a Man.
And it's on Vimeo.
Yeah. And you don't have, I have to sign up for anything, right? If you want to watch
all of them.
Okay, you don't even have to know. Doesn't matter. Maybe. The videos are on there.
Yeah.
So can you give us a little recap of what the video is about for the people who haven't seen it and don't want to watch it? They kind of just watch
so the video is about conflict.
Yeah.
And how the styles of conflict, and how we handle conflict, and how we should handle conflict.
Mm-hmm.
The gist of it, right?
Yeah. So in the video, he says there are 4 styles of conflict. That is winning, yielding, withdrawal, and resolve.
Yes.
So winning means you want to win that argument no matter what.
You come in
high. You're like ready.
Like you come in, oh yeah?
Yeah.
You did this, and then you pull out things out of the chamber from from down the line. You have stuff. You have stuff in the back pocket just in case.
Yeah. Then we have yielding.
Yes. Yielding is like, I don't want to fight.
Yeah.
You win. I don't care. I mean, not that I don't care, but I don't want to fight. So I'll yield. Sure, let's avoid this conflict. You win.
Then we have withdrawal, which you just completely leave the situation. You're done.
I think that's like
over it.
Silent treatment. Walk away.
Mm-hmm.
I need to go for a drive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then we have resolve,
which I think is the ideal.
Yeah.
If you're a resolver, if you have at least one resolver in the relationship. But if you have 2 resolvers, that's awesome. Kudos to you.
So with that said, let me ask you, which one do you think? You know what? Let's answer for each other. Okay, so I think that you are part withdrawal and also part resolve. Because I feel like sometimes when there's an issue, because I'm not only talking about like us, like even with someone, if there's an issue, you try to find a resolution, like figure out what can we do.
Yes.
Instead of just having this whole argument.
Yeah.
But also, this, when we argue, you kind of just like, all right. And then, I mean, not that we don't talk about it later on.
Do you mean I withdraw or I yield?
I think sometimes you withdraw. Like, that's not how you used to be. You used to just give in to me.
Yield.
You used to. I feel like now you're more of like withdrawal, resolve sort of thing. Like it takes time to resolve with me. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean,
Kind of like the other day, like the disagreement we had.
I don't remember.
Yes, you do. That you got upset and then you left to work, and then later on we talked about it. I don't think we had a resolution to that one yet, but
No, that was. I think it just depends on the disagreement, I guess.
yeah,
That was a bigger disagreement.
yeah, yeah. Go ahead, come at me.
Well, because on that one, I couldn't resolve. I didn't come up with a resolution. Like we disagreed. You believe something. I believe something.
Yeah,
And in my head, I couldn't see a resolution. I didn't know how to resolve it.
the only resolution was one person was going
Yeah,
to not get what they felt was
yeah.
right. Yeah,
And if you don't, I can't make you do something.
yeah,
So it's like my hands are tied.
yeah,
You win.
yeah,
You know.
yeah,
So it was frustrating
yeah,
because there's nothing I could do. So that one's a very particular case.
yeah.
Um, I mean, there's moments I think I've withdrawn.
I think there are a lot of moments where you've
Sometimes you just
withdrawn.
need to like I need to
You need to step away,
step away
but
from the
it's never.
situation.
But it's never been. Only one time ever has it been where you like left because you were angry.
Yeah.
But it's never been where you just like completely are like withdrawn because you have like gone to the room, whatever. But we've never ever had an argument where we're like talking about divorce or talking about like I hate you or something. Like there are couples who they
No.
take it to a level where I mean the video you'll see where they were like cursing at each other. We've
Yeah.
never done that. That's like
No.
another level.
Yeah. But also it's because I love you and I don't want to hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
And if I I would rather go away or cool myself down
Yeah.
if I'm gonna say something. Like I do a lot of internal dialogue before I speak.
I do external dialogue.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like I visualize and like before we had the argument,
Mm-hmm.
I probably if I had the argument in my head a few times.
I mean, me too. It's just I also verbally just let it all out.
But then I reason with myself. I'm like, if I say this, what's gonna come out of it?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna hurt her feelings, and then I'm gonna feel bad. There's no resolution gonna come out of this.
Yeah.
So like early on, see in our marriage, we don't live alone,
Mm-mm.
right? We live with your parents live with us, so it's not like we were able just to go around screaming at each other.
Which I think is a good thing.
Yeah, I mean we had to learn how to deal with our conflicts
Yeah.
without yelling, because then what you're gonna bring your parents into it, or
Yeah. No.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had to like learn really fast to not yell. Well, I mean I didn't like to yell anyway,
Me either.
right? So
Yeah.
yeah, just like I want to work this out. Let's
Mm-hmm.
solve the problem. I mean, maybe that's why I'm a math teacher, because I like to solve problems.
Is that why?
Yeah.
Not because God told you to be a teacher.
Okay.
Okay.
So why I like
Oh. Okay, so me.
you're a winner. Yeah.
Not proud of it. Okay.
You're definitely a winner. And you withdraw too when you get upset.
Yeah.
So you either want to win or you don't. You withdraw.
Yeah. Yeah.
And as a resolve, like if I want to resolve it and you withdraw, I like want to talk, and you're like, no, I'm fine.
Mm.
Clearly, you're not fine. See, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. No, I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like that. I am fine, I promise. I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking like I don't want to be like that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like as time has gone by, I've gotten better at like wanting to understand like what I did wrong. I still am like I still do the whole
Yeah.
thing.
Can I tell you a secret weapon that I have?
Yeah.
So sometimes I know you're wrong,
Mhm.
but I don't want to be the one to tell you you're wrong.
Mm.
So I pray.
Mm.
I said, "God, show her she's wrong."
You're such a butt.
And then
Me, just tell me what I did wrong. Just tell me.
9 out of 10
Just
times you
tell me what I
come
did wrong.
and you
Tell
do
me.
that thing. And you're like, "I'm sorry."
Like my mom.
Yeah. But prayer works.
Yeah.
It definitely does.
Now that I know, I'm not coming to you.
Or usually, like, because I know that you do reflect and you do look back.
Mhm.
I'll say, just let her. She'll come around, and we'll resolve this.
See, I want to get to the point where it doesn't have to get to that though.
Yeah.
You know, I want to get to the point where we could be like, okay, let's stop for a second here. What are we really like arguing about? And is it even worth it? Like,
Yeah.
get to the point of resolution versus the winning or yielding or withdrawing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think what's helped in my life is that I had really good examples of none of things I didn't want to do.
Hmm.
Like my mom, my aunts. I didn't want to be like them.
Yeah.
Where they were like the ones that yell at a drive-through.
Mm.
They get the order wrong and stuff. And to me, it was like embarrassing. It's like it's not a big deal. But
Yeah, you do find things that are like, I find things that are a big deal that really aren't a big deal at all.
yeah.
Working on
And then you say to me, might not be a big deal to you.
it. When's the last time I said that?
I don't know.
It's been a while. I'm really working on it. I'm trying really hard. You know, you gotta leave the stuff in the past for the past. Leave it there. But yeah, no, same thing. Same thing for me. Like my parents would argue in the room, like as if we didn't hear, and then just
Mm-hmm.
everything just gets swept under the rug. Which we talked about. That's a very like Hispanic thing where things just get swept under the rug and just keep moving forward. Or the guilt, like all that stuff. You know, that's a whole other episode.
Yeah.
But like,
And then you keep
yeah,
repeating.
the cycles just keep going
And generational cycles.
Stops here.
Amen. So there's keys to help you resolve conflict. So the first one was shut up, which I've never said to you.
No.
Listen, I don't like, we don't, if my tone, I could be whispering, and if my tone is a little bit strong, what do you say?
I don't know.
What do you say?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Why are you yelling at me?
Oh, why are you yelling at me? See, but that's a joke that I do with everybody, though.
Yeah, no, but you mean it.
No, I don't. It's just I can when you change your tone is always the same. So when it changes just a little bit, I'm like, all right, something's wrong. Like, what's wrong?
Yeah. So imagine if I yelled. So the first one is shut up and listen, because like,
and that's James 1:19.
Yeah. Because it says James 19 is be slow to anger, be quick to listen. Something else. We'll put the scripture.
Yeah.
But a lot of the times, the arguments are not about what they really
there's an underlying issue.
Yeah, there's the surface argument is not really it.
Yeah, you'll see that in the video if you watch it, about how it's usually not about what you're arguing about, or it could be what you're arguing about, but there's so much like pent up in you.
Yeah, I remember I was having an argument, a discussion with a cousin, and we were talking about street names and how they're Hispanic street names, and she was like, they shouldn't be, and they should be this, and they should be like American names, and we were going back and forth, and she got really upset, and then it came out, she's like, no, because all Hispanic men are garbage or something. It was the anger that she had to her father. It was nothing about Hispanic names, but it was what the anger she had.
Yeah.
And her father, So a lot of times
There's an underlying issue to it. It's
Like if
anger.
I do something, if I don't remember something to do something, you may think about it as like I don't think about you the way you want me to. I think
What do you mean?
like you're more thoughtful.
We're different, and that's something that I need to learn is
You're more thoughtful in
we're different. We're
certain
different.
ways.
We think of each other in different ways, and that goes along with like a whole other video we can do about like loving someone the way they want to be loved versus loving them how we want to be loved.
Yeah.
So that's like a whole other video, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So shut up and listen is to listen to your partner and pray and see what they're really saying, because he said, which I really liked, was that if they feel a certain way, that's their reality. That's what they feel.
So like even if you don't feel that,
if you feel that you don't do that, or
they feel it.
There you have to find out why they feel that. What are you doing? Or what can you do to help them? Because I don't want you to feel lonely, or I don't want you to feel a certain way, Like if I'm working a lot and you feel like I'm not doing anything, and I'm like, what do you mean? I'm doing this and doing that, I'm working this and working that. But I'm not home, and you feel like I'm
like
not there.
you're working at home, but you're not here with me.
So
it's different.
It's different, and that just means that I need to make my family a priority and spend time with my wife.
Not that that's an issue. Just kidding.
And the second one?
Soft answer.
I think I'm pretty good at soft answers. I have to be.
He was very sarcastic when we met.
Yes.
But he's still sarcastic, just with me. I don't think sarcasm very well.
I'm not with you. Is it just with me?
No, I meant like, but with me, like you don't, because I didn't say that.
Yeah, no,
I can't. I don't like sarcasm.
Yeah, you're more sensitive.
Yeah.
I
take it more to heart.
You're more delicate.
I'm a princess.
Yes. So if I do say something, I have to say it in a delicate way, in a kind way. And I'm not perfect, so yeah, I mess up sometimes. What?
Versus me.
Yeah.
And I'm so rough when I talk to you.
And then I remember that's Proverbs 15:1, a soft answer. Yeah. I think a soft answer turns away wrath. So like someone could be really angry, but if you respond
because he gave the thing of the example of the road rage, and then he said, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and then the guy like was calm, he was fine. Yeah. So yeah. And then 3 is seek and grant forgiveness.
Yeah, I think that's huge. Granting forgiveness. That's from Ephesians 4:32. I don't know that one off the top of my head.
And they talked a lot about forgiving someone who like didn't ask for forgiveness, or someone who you feel doesn't deserve forgiveness.
I mean, it's
we don't deserve forgiveness. That was a big thing he said in the video.
Yeah, of course. No, we don't. We're sinners. We didn't do anything to deserve it, but Jesus Christ forgave us.
So if he forgave us, how much more should we forgive someone else?
And it's 100 times easier to forgive someone when they ask for forgiveness, because they're being humble and they're admitting there's something wrong. They did something wrong. But forgiving someone who doesn't ask for it, or even if they don't believe they did anything wrong, and you forgiving them, that's so much harder, because they're not admitting fault. So but
what does that say about us too, though? Like, because they're not admitting fault, we can't forgive them. But what does that say about us? We're kind of doing the same thing. Does that make sense?
Elaborate.
Like, you want someone to ask for forgiveness, but you won't give it because they don't admit it. Yeah. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, am I making sense?
Yeah.
Or is it just making sense in my head?
I think so.
Okay.
Because I mean, biblically, we didn't ask for forgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus forgave us before
Mm-hmm.
we were we asked for it, and He forgave us even though we're gonna sin again.
Yeah.
So, but I know that it says in the Bible that if we can't forgive, how is He gonna forgive us? If He forgave us, we should be able to forgive someone else. And there's one parable about the debtor that he owed, they say, like 200 years worth of debt,
Mm-hmm.
200 years worth of salary.
Sorry, baby, your
Yeah,
spasms.
I know. That's right. But he owed 200 years worth of
Mm-hmm.
salary, and he went to the king and he like begged,
Mm-hmm.
and the king forgave him. And then when he left, he saw someone that owed him like 100 days worth of salary,
Mm-hmm.
and the guy asked him to forgive his
But
debt,
he didn't.
but he didn't. And then
Mm-hmm.
the king had him thrown
Mm-hmm.
in jail because he gave him for so much and he couldn't forgive something for so little. And that's the parable of Jesus, because he forgave us for so much.
Mm-hmm.
He forgave us for our sin. We were going to hell, right? Our sin was causing us to go to be eternally away from God. And this person that did wrong to you
Mm-hmm.
is so small and minuscule, that wrong. And if you can't forgive him for that little thing, how is Jesus going to forgive you for sin that separates us from him?
Like, you don't know what your forgiveness to someone is for the kingdom.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
what forgiving someone who doesn't ask for forgiveness or maybe never talks to you ever again, but you forgive them, what that does to get them closer to God or to heaven. Like, we're literally like this little piece of this entire plan that God has for someone's life. Like, we're a part of it. We just don't know. Like, there's people we're going to talk to, fight with, whatever, have to forgive, that we will never in our life see again, but they will make it to heaven because we were obedient to that little part of the plan to just forgive.
Yeah.
And when you think about it like that versus just being selfish and not wanting to forgive because of yourself, changes everything. It changes the perspective of everything.
And you model what Jesus did.
Yeah.
And that could be the difference in an unbeliever.
Mm-hmm.
They see you forgive and they're like,
Mm-hmm.
wow.
Why are you forgiving me?
Yeah.
Like a lot of times people who don't ask for forgiveness is because they know they were wrong in a situation or something that happened, but when they see you forgive them, I mean, to be honest, my people in my family, like, they see you forgive them and they're like, why are they forgiving me? I know I did wrong.
Yeah.
The only answer I can give you is God, because my flesh doesn't want to forgive you, but I know that with the Lord, I am made to forgive you. And because I want to be like Jesus and I want to model a Christ-like life, I'm going to forgive you.
And when you model a Christ-like life and you actually forgive someone,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like modeling Jesus, to me it brings joy. Like, wow, look, I was able to forgive this one because of what Jesus did for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm actually doing,
And honestly, peace in your own life.
Oh, absolutely.
Because unforgiveness
it's
doesn't.
it hurts you.
Sometimes people will continue with their life and not care, and you're the one who's suffering. No one else is.
Yeah. You hold it's poison.
So why? Like, why even do that to yourself?
Yeah.
For pride. And God doesn't like pride. So
the fourth one is surrender.
Yeah.
I think that's like submit to your wives, submit to your husbands.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I mean, I think ultimately, like in all conflicts, is just remember that we're supposed to honor each other. And when we get to that point of wanting to win or withdrawing, like, we're not honoring each other. We're not truly loving each other to the best of our ability, because we're becoming prideful at that point of, I don't want to deal with this, or I have to win. And what better way than just surrender and resolve it?
Yeah.
And just,
it takes humbleness.
Yeah.
To surrender, even if you feel like you're in the right,
Mm-hmm.
or if you I'm gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
Surrender.
Yeah. See, working on our own marriage. We have some practical tools we want to share with you guys that we think will be a good way, helpful
to resolve conflict.
Yeah. So pray before you speak in a fight. If you guys are like in an argument, kind of like how you would pray. And God would bring me to you. I mean, honestly, I mean, they talk about it in the video. Yeah. Pray even if you're in the middle of a fight. See this one.
That's the worst. Like that's like when you fight your brother and they're like hug.
Yeah, my mom made us do that so much. Go sit over there in the room together.
Hold his hand.
Oh my gosh. Create a cool off phrase that signals a timeout. So like if you're in the argument and you feel like it's getting heated, something that you can both just
before you say stuff that you'll regret.
Just cool down. This is don't go to bed angry, but also don't force a resolution. And I think for me that one is, we can agree to disagree, but let's not be mad at each other, and we'll just continue discussing this tomorrow because
that one's hard.
It is really hard. It is.
Yeah, all these are hard, but
that one's hard. But I do really hate going to sleep angry. Like I will literally keep you up all night. I'm being serious.
Yeah.
I will keep you up all night. Like I will lay next to you and stare at you.
Stick your finger in my nose.
Because you'll fall asleep until we're like, at least, even though we're like upset at each other, we're at least like talking to each other. But it's probably been a while since we've been at that point.
Yeah. Learn
the conflicts. Sorry.
Yeah, knowing which conflict you are. If you're a winner, then you know what you need to work on.
Yeah.
If you're a yielder or withdrawer, let's work on that.
And don't be prideful.
Yeah.
Because God will convict you real fast in the argument.
You can recognize when you're doing it.
Yeah.
But don't use this as ammunition either. They see you're just trying to win the argument.
Yeah.
Don't withdraw. Don't withdraw.
Yeah. I'm not gonna do that, baby. I'm trying to be better, okay? So we just want to leave you with a challenge for you guys to do during the week until we see you in next week's video, and that is to talk about how you each handle conflict. If you're with a spouse or if you're alone, like how you handle conflicts with just people in your life, friends. Like this goes for anybody, not just for a married couple. So what's one way you can create a safer space to work through arguments together? Or with someone else. And then next week, chapter 3, we dive in deeper to communication and connections with each other. I'm excited to see you guys for chapter 3. I think the book is 5 chapters. So 3 more to go and we're done and we're on to our next video series, and whatever we decide.
Leave some questions and comments.
Yeah. Leave us questions.
Write down some comments of things that maybe the style that you are. And
or if you want us to go deeper into this specific
or if you have
thing,
some questions, we'll make a video, a Q&A video of all the questions.
Anything. We will answer anything.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Me either. Because God says I don't mind. So we love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching our videos. We hope that you enjoy just sitting with us and talking. Don't forget to bring your drinks next time, and we'll just sit and chat.
I already had my coffee.
We love you guys, and we will see you in next week's video.
Peace.